My name is Jessica Kyeyune. I am the National Content Specialist at the Uganda National Oil Company. Uganda National Oil Company is the company that was set up 3 years ago to take care of commercial interests on behalf of the government of Uganda in the exploration licenses, but also to participate in the refinery project and also the pipeline project. So UNOC, the National Oil Company, operates across the value chain. The strategy for UNOC for implementing the local content policy is based on 3 principles. The first one is to build the business. We want Uganda to become an oil participant in the oil and gas sector from exploration all the way to the end. And then build the people, where we are training Ugandans to effectively participate not only in those sectors that are not oil and gas specific, but to be able to take on the complicated oil and gas services like drilling, exploration, operating oil fields, and all those things. And then the third is to make sure that Ugandans participate in the oil and gas sector through supply of goods and services. So those are the 3 main areas where UNOC is looking at a strategy. But also embedded in those are areas like partnerships and joint ventures, because at the moment we do not have the capacity. So in the upstream projects, we are going to look for joint ventures to work with UNOC to develop the fields for the licenses UNOC is going to get, in addition to holding the government shares in the already existing exploration licenses. And then in the refinery, we are taking the lead, but we are getting in a joint venture to work with UNOC. The UNOC will retain 40%, and the joint venture partner will take 60%. And in the export pipeline, UNOC expects to take on 15% together with the existing oil and gas companies, CNOOC, TAL, and Total. And then we are also developing an industrial park where this is mainly going to be still in a joint venture, but UNOC working with another company to develop the industrial park, which is going to have petrochemical industries and an airport, and also other services that related to support those projects. But also, in addition, we are developing storage facilities. We are already operating some, but we are going to build one that is going to take care of the oil that is going to come from the refinery, but also in case the storage capacity is bigger, to be able also to import. And we are also building hubs in Rwanda and in Kenya, so that from the refinery, fuel can be transported to a hub in Rwanda and another hub in Kenya. And so, but we're also looking for joint ventures. So that is the joint venture side of the business that UNOC is looking at. The biggest challenge we have as a country is because oil and gas is new to Uganda. So which means we do not have the required skills and capacity to manage the industry. The second one is Uganda is a land-linked country, so we do not have access to the sea. So we have to build a pipeline that is about 4,000 kilometers to the coast, which is going to cost a lot, makes the oil more expensive. The other one is Uganda is mainly an importing country, so manufacturing is really very limited, and yet oil and gas requires a lot of manufactured goods and services. And another challenge is the capacity of our industrial produce. We are mainly subsistence and small scale, whereby Uganda is now supplying, say for instance, food to the East African region, but we had never thought of you can have a massive number of about maybe 3,000 people that need to be fed on a daily basis for a period of 3 to 4 years. That is a project that is really massive, and so the capacity to be able to take care of that is also a challenge for local content. Participating in ALC is a big eye-opener, and I think the organizers should be commended for this, because it has brought together a spectrum of different speakers with different experiences. But the most important part is the quality of the speakers. I think every speaker who has been there is knowledgeable about their business, but also it has given us room to grow within our own countries and things to think about, that can we really make this work? Can we develop this in our country? Because the companies that are here, they all have experience, they all have challenges, and the solutions that have been brought up and the questions that have come in all are very, very, very pertinent to developing of local content. And definitely I believe that every person who has attended has gained value, is going to go back home and have something to change. And virtually by the time we come back next year, many of us will have implemented some of the solutions we have received from the conference. So this is very good. It is helping a lot of African countries, but it is also giving us room to think. Say, for instance, like regional local content, how can it happen? And these are the things that are very pertinent to local content in Africa.